Hello, this is Wicked Shrapnel, and today we are going to make some Parmesan crusted chicken and some bacon. Ooh, that one's dripping. Drippy, drippy. So I did have someone on Facebook when I posted a picture of my chicken, and it had some pinkness in there, and he said it was raw. And I said it was fully cooked. I used a meter. I used multiple probes, and as long as it reaches the temperature the USDA says it should reach, your chicken is safe to eat. And just like with steak, the less you cook something, the more juicier it is. If you get a well done steak, it could taste like beef jerky. So, but you do have to watch chicken. You can't just cook a medium rare chicken. There we go. So I'm gonna probe it. So I'm using meter over here. Little program making poultry, chicken, breast. And then here it gives the USDA recommended level for the lowest it should be is 165. I went to 167 before. We can go to 170. And let me probe this. I'm gonna put it in the thickest part. There we go, looks good. Start cook. Let me see what temperature. Start cook. Start cook. There we go. And I do have a poultry setting on here, 390, 20 minutes. It won't take that long. That's what I'm gonna set it on for now. And eventually, this will catch up and it'll tell us when we're done. And I'll wait till later, until like 3 minutes left, to put on my Parmesan crusted topping. We're gonna pause for a minute here because I think my bacon's done. It's still saying 13 minutes remaining. The chicken. This is why I don't cook chicken that often. We'll flip it over. Good measure. I'll put it up to 13 minutes, what it says it needs. Well, we'll do 10 because I need 3 minutes for my crusted topping. We'll let that bacon get all crispy. And see what it says. Alright, while the countdown continues, I'm gonna whip up some eggs. Same method I used before. Heat as high as it'll go. Grease up my pan. Cover it. Wait till you hear the sizzle and the whites rise over the yolks. Alright, we're at 4 minutes left on the cook. I am going to put this back over and do a little Parmesan crusting. Having this pre-mixed, life hack. Just pour the perfect amount out. You don't have to waste any. Here it comes. Spread it out on there. It's good. 4 more minutes. All right, it says to remove from heat. It's at 165, but it'll keep going up even after it's removed from the heat. All right, now we're gonna get a second opinion here. We have another probe, a Therm Pro. See, 170. There we go. Let's see what our Therm Pro says. 170.8, 171. Let's try different spots. 178, 181. 188, 189. So it's there's a 160, or that's 156. Oh, that's when I stuck it all the way down to the bottom. Don't let it touch the plate. All right, so we're definitely over the 160, what was it, 4? That's for the FDA recommended temperature. Or not FDA, USDA. Yeah, all right, so I'm gonna cut this in half and we're gonna see if we have some pinkness. It says to do 2 minutes of resting, but I wanna see if it's pink because it's still safe to eat if it's at the right temperature, even if it's pink. There we go. And that looks pretty good to me. That looks juicy. Juicy. So it doesn't look too pink on the inside. I think just going up that extra couple of degrees helped it out. All right, well, let's take it over and eat her up. I'm gonna put a little of this habanero pepper sauce on it. Just a little tangy deliciousness. Maybe a little garlic. All right, let's go eat. All right, this looks pretty good. How you like the shirt? This is an old t-shirt that I've not been able to fit into for many years. It's still a little tight on me, but I can at least actually fit into it. All thanks to the carnivore diet. This bacon's been cooling off for a long time. It's gotta be good. Yummy. All right, let's see how this chicken is. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? And let's see how runny our eggs are. Look at that. I love the runny yolkiness. egg sat out a little too long. The chicken needed more time to cook. Mmm. And that is really good, man. Parmesan crusting anything, it makes it so much better. Parmesan crust all the things. I still like the taste of steak better. And steak takes like half the time to cook, because you don't have to cook it, so it's just such a high temperature to kill any potential salmonella and stuff like that. And chicken bone, something. I'm just drinking unsweet iced tea. I went to Rudy's barbecue last week, I think. Had an unsweet tea there. And just keep the cup. That's like an adult sized sippy cup. So people had asked about like my blood work on the carnivore diet. And I haven't had them tested for a while, but after like the first, it's probably 2 months into the carnivore diet, I did have them tested, and my triglycerides like almost cut in half. My blood glucose went from I think it was in the 130s down to like in the 80s or 90s, so under 100. Which is the normal range. My other cholesterol levels, HDL, LDL, they're like in good levels compared to before. Well, I think the biggest one was my triglycerides. And there are different kinds of LDL. So when someone says like LDL, there's like big buoyant LDL, and then there's like small dense LDL. And the small dense ones are the bad ones. And on a carnivore diet, with this kind of diet, you tend to have the large buoyant ones, which are not the dangerous ones. And the way that you could tell is the relationship of the triglycerides to your LDL level. So the higher your triglycerides are, that's the more chance that you have the small dense LDL. So getting your triglyceride number down as low as possible like reassures you that you have the good LDL, the large buoyant ones. And so not all LDL is bad. And my eggs sat out a little too long, waiting for the chicken to cook. They're a little cold. But this is delicious. Just about anything you could make Parmesan crusted. So good. Try to soak up as much as the running off egg yolk as can. Mmm. Don't forget the bacon. Mmm. And I also had people comment that they were concerned that I was eating so much saturated fat, because we've been told for decades that like saturated fat is like the cause of heart disease. And while it is true, if you're eating a high saturated fat diet in combination with carbs, so if you're eating this same thing and you add a big thing of hash browns with it, that would be bad, because there are studies that show that it is the carbs that actually put the fats into your bloodstream. If you eat a high saturated fat or high cholesterol diet, it doesn't affect your blood fat levels as much as when you add carbs to it. So it's the carbs that like pull the fats into your blood. So if you avoid the carbs, the fats are not really a problem. But that's why you can't cheat on this diet. If you say, oh, I'll have a baked potato tonight, like all the carbs that you're combining with all this, very bad. So don't cheat. I say that as I have cheated. Forgive me. But like just cheating one day, it could take you, 3 or 4 days to get back into the fat burning mode again. So you really, just one cheat meal can stall you for 3 or 4 days. And my weight loss has stalled some. I'm just hanging around like 259, 260 for a few weeks now because I have cheated. I'll try to do better. At least I'm not gaining weight. I'm hovering, but I would like to continue the downward trend. Very good. And I read some comments on my recent how I lost 91 pounds on Carnivore. And a lot of other people in the comments saying that they had tried the diet, they'd lost like 20, 40 pounds. People also eat this diet to help with autoimmune disorders. So it's a delicious diet. You eat all the foods that they tell you shouldn't eat. My blood work actually got better. I feel much better. I've lost 90 plus pounds. It's a godsend. And it also helped with my like inflammatory stuff. I had perineal tendonitis. I could barely walk a half mile without my legs like catching on fire, like my lower calves. Eating this diet doesn't happen. Walk all the way around the lake, like 3 miles, no problem. So that's like a big one, because before I did this diet, I had a hard time walking at all. And if you can't walk, you have a hard time burning calories. So it's really helped me out. So that's how I made the Parmesan Crusted chicken. I did the metering, and it wasn't showing pink this time. Maybe they were right that I did try probing it in several places before, but maybe I didn't get the right temperature before. I don't know. But I have been have read that even if it hits the right temperature and it's still pink, it's still okay, as long as it reaches that 164 degrees or whatever the USDA recommends. All right, well, that's all I got for now. And I've also recorded this whole video on my new Lumix GH6. You saw that fail video the other day. I actually got a new one. Well, it's not brand new. It's another open box one, but this one actually works. So I've been using it for this video. Just kind of want to test out the quality. The whole background though is just a green screen. In case you didn't notice, that's just a little effect magic. All right, well, that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Take it easy.